The president and his predecessor squaring off for 90 minutes last night. WGN's Eric Rung has some of the key moments.
Both men at times gave rambling, meandering answers and played loose with the facts, but it was President Biden who seemed to have a very difficult time articulating and defending his positions. Two of the oldest men ever to run for president squared off in Atlanta last night with the economy taking top billing.
He has not done a good job. He's done a poor job, and inflation's killing our country. It is absolutely killing us.
By the time he left, things were in chaos. Literally chaos. So we're working to bring down the price around the kitchen table.
They sparred on the State of the Union.
He had the largest national debt of any president in a four-year period, number one. Number two, that $2 trillion tax cut benefited the very wealthy.
Between weaponization of his election, trying to go after his political opponent, all of the things he's done, we've become like a third world nation, and it's a shame.
Biden didn't do himself any favors in reassuring voters his age wasn't a factor to consider for the next 4 years, at times appearing to lose his train of thought.
With the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
Well, he's right. He did beat Medicare. He beat it to death.
There were other moments that Trump seemed to capitalize on, including a question on immigration, which Trump blames Biden's policies for the crisis at the border.
There are 40% fewer people coming across the border illegally. That's better than when he left office. And I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we can do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
On abortion.
What happened is we brought it back to the states, and the country is now coming together on this issue. It's been a great thing.
It's been a terrible thing, what you've done. 51 years, and it was taken away because this guy put very conservative members on the Supreme Court. He takes credit for taking it away.
On foreign policy, Trump said if he were president, Russian President Vladimir Putin wouldn't have invaded Ukraine and Hamas wouldn't have attacked Israel. Biden pushed back, saying Trump would abandon our NATO allies and let Putin do whatever he wants in Europe. There were also plenty of personal attacks.
The only person on this stage is a convicted felon is the man I'm looking at right now.
He could be a convicted felon as soon as he gets out of office.
What are you talking about? You have the morals of an alley cat.
I didn't have sex with a porn star.
The two men will have one additional debate before the election that is scheduled for September. We're in the newsroom. I'm Eric Rung, WGN News.